Hello everyone. So I realized when I was making this that I didn't really need to make a video presentation for our final project, but I figured, hey, since I'm already doing it, why not continue with it? And I guess it's a good time, being that this is probably the last time we'll probably have any assignments with each other, obviously, to wish everyone like some great holiday break over the winter break thing. And yes, I even wore my little sweater for it. So, hi everyone. Hey everyone, so this is my final project. I decided to do a Christmas card. So this is the front cover. I used a photo and I made the photo of a brighter and more vibrance. I also changed the color on the building to make it more a warmy feel. I added the text and I clipped a background image into it so that way it would kind of stand out. And I also created like a very high opacity drop shadow. Yeah, very high opacity drop shadow for the text here. And then I created the border. I started by using an evergreen tool, like a little not an evergreen tool, like a little image of an evergreen branch, and I converted it to grayscale and then made it into a brush where I could toggle different colors and sizes and rotations in the brush settings. And then I kind of just went around here, and then I created a copy of it and enlarged the detail in the HDR toning. So then I clipped that copy over the garland here, and that gave it a more detail. For the ribbons, I used the pen tool and I created like these little paths, and then I would use the path tool and copy it and slide the path over, and then I would join the two paths again and fill it with the red color. I did that several times throughout the border. I also selected the ornaments and I copied them and put them all in a group, and also did the same thing with the pine cones. I kind of rotated them a bit and I scaled them down. So the back cover has the same border, but I made it thinner so that way it wasn't like the main thing. I wanted the front of the cover, the front of the card to stand out the most. And I created this little snow globe using a tutorial, which will be linked in the discussion board. So I created the sphere by using a lens correction filter, and then I converted the coordinates to polar coordinates, flipped the piece vertically, and then converted it back to rectangular coordinates, and that's kind of that's how I got the sphere. And then I copied that, selected it, and then added the highlights in, and then filled the background with black. And then I warped the photo using the lens correction tool, and I added some noise to give this little light kind of snow inside. But then I also created snow, and I used the Pixelate Mezzotint and Crystallize a couple times to create the little big flakes versions. And I filled like a rectangle on the bottom with white, and then kind of used a layer mask, and I kind of erased part of it to make it look like a hill. So that was kind of like the back cover. So this is the inside cover. Initially I was going to use all the border in all three sets to make it kind of cohesive, but then I realized that the inside it doesn't often have a lot of adornation or decoration in it. So I wanted to kind of be warm and fuzzy and just kind of simple. So as if we're walking into the house from the front cover, and then we walk inside and we come into this warm living room with a Christmas tree and the fireplace. And then you can look on the back and see a little girl underneath the Christmas tree and through a snow globe, I guess. Yeah. So I made the text white and with a strong drop shadow around it. I also adjusted the leading between it, and then there's a little more leading between the sections here. And then I also using the pen tool, I created a little path here and made it like kind of like a box where then I can paste the text into. That way it would easily kind of wrap around this little path right here without going on over onto the Christmas tree. And I used guides to make sure I had a 1/2 inch margin around all of them. And for the envelope, I used a red, kind of a simple red square, and then I had like these little lines for the address and the return address. And then the back of the envelope was kind of the same thing, except I have like a white flap here. I wanted to keep the envelope as smooth, I guess, and simple as possible, because I wanted the card to have like the main design. Yes, so that's my card. It was a lot of fun, and thank you guys for watching.